Alright, it is time for my second ascension, and I pick Valkyrie. Now, Valkyrie is an odd one, right? Because she is currently a 6-star champion. So why did I pick Valkyrie? Well, first, let's just look at my first two ascensions here. We have Mcoc and we have Valkyrie. So both have pretty good reasons for ascension. And with Valkyrie here, she gets a massive benefit from high sig. Like, she really wants 6200. And with 6-star 6 stone still being pretty, like, not too common, I was like, I probably won't invest into 6-star Valkyrie for a while, so let's just ascend the 5-star version who is already max sig. That was my thought process, right? And additionally, she probably won't be a 7-star for a very long time because she is that good. She is just so crazy strong, and her as a 7-star would be a bit too good. So I think that she's going to be 6-star locked for a while, and additionally, she gets a pretty massive benefit from a stat bump. Her rank matters for sure. Like Valkyrie, her attack increases are just really vital from the stat bump, so having her ascended really will help her a ton. And last but not least, she's just super fun to play, so I was like, why not, man? I like the character. I want to have like a ranked up Valkyrie, so may as well just ascend the 5-star who's already max sig. So now let's go over some gameplay of Valkyrie. A quick warning, I am not a Valkyrie pro. There are other channels for that. This is not the channel, man. I am just having fun with this champion. I would say I'm decent with her, but I'm nothing too like crazy, right? I'm just an average Valkyrie enjoyer. I'm not like a pro at her. I'm sorry, but I'll try to learn her now that she is ascended for sure, but for now, just enjoy this mediocre gameplay. But I know the basics, right? You want to get your combo up, then invert it, then revert it, and just alternate that so you can build up your pierce and your bulwark. And her damage output is so strong right now. Like 12,000 into the block plus the bleeds, and he just melted so fast. And now we have this gold here. Valkyrie is just incredible. Damage wise, she is one of the strongest for sure, man. Her damage output is crazy. As a 5-star ascended character, she is doing so well for herself. She has a damage output of like a rank 4 6-star, to be honest, at a 5-star ascended level. That's why I think Ascension is so good, because it makes champions compete with like higher star levels, right? And that's always so great. I cannot wait for the 6-star Ascension to happen, man. I'm still torn on what I want to do with the 6-star Ascension, but I have some champions in mind. But this fight is going pretty well so far. She is just melting this guy. He is getting obliterated, man. Like, this damage output is just silly. And yeah, that was like, what, 37 seconds? And now we have this do you bleed lane. And Valkyrie is great for this lane because 1, her red damage is bleed, and 2, blocked hits count as damage for do you bleed. So that's pretty sweet. I don't know why like that is a thing, because it should just be bleed, but I guess not. I mean, I'll take it though. Like, Valkyrie is great for this lane for sure, because she has both bleed and just massive block damage. And her block damage gave her a lot of comparisons to Mcoc, which I think now that we know how good Valkyrie is, in hindsight it makes no sense, right? Because Valkyrie just has a lot more utility, and I think she has less damage, like burst-wise, but the utility is just so strong. And plus, the damage output is still really good. Like, check that out, man. Like, 12,000 medium hits, 8,000 light attacks, plus the bleed damage, and yeah, he is just down. Once the SP2 drops, so does the opponent, man. She is just that good. Now, this lane is all about unstoppable, and Valkyrie's signature ability at 6200 lets her counter unstoppable with just 1 pierce buff. So it is a great ability to invest in for sure. But here's the thing, 6-star 6 stones are still not too common, so I didn't have that many at my disposal. So I was like, you know what, why invest in the 6-star right now when I can just invest in the 5-star who's already max sig? So that's why she is, in my opinion, one of the best ascension options. Like, if you're struggling with 6 stones, just ascend the max sig 5 stars already, because 5-star 6 stones are much easier and cheaper to get. So I feel like that is a great strategy overall for just progressing in this game, which is awesome, man, because Ascension really does save a lot of champions and a lot of players' progression too. And this fight's going pretty well so far. Valkyrie is just one of the best unstoppable counters because it's just like a passive, right? She just pretends that they aren't unstoppable. She just pretends like it doesn't even exist. There is no debuff, there is no buff. Well, I guess there is like the pierce buff, right? But besides that, it is just a passive stopping of the unstoppable. So it's pretty cool. This fight is going pretty well though so far. I did get hit, which is whatever. And Aspect of War does do a lot of chip damage for sure, but that's fine. But yeah, the damage output's looking pretty good so far. There I take a lot of block damage, but that is whatever. Then I drop the SP2, and now he takes the block damage, a ton of block damage, and yeah, the fight is now wrapped up. 16,000 mediums, man. It is just a bit insane. And now we have this stun lane, and Valkyrie, with her signature ability, is immune to stun with 1 bulwark buff. And like her signature ability is honestly just pretty insane, man. She stops unstoppable, she counters stun as well. Like 2 of the most annoying things to deal with whenever you're in a fight. So it is really valuable for sure. And that's why she does want Max Sig, because it makes her access to those things a lot easier. So yeah, Valkyrie, man, just so good. Right there we just ignore the stun because why not? Always a fun time. Then we drop the SP2 in a bit here after he starts, you know, blocking, and here we drop it. By the way, this node has specialist 1, so we do reduced damage on our SP2, which is a bit unfortunate, but the mediums afterwards still hit pretty hard. And honestly, her damage output, like with like non-blocked hits, isn't even that bad. Like her mediums hit pretty hard, but it's the blocked hits that do the most work for sure. So here I drop the SP2 again, and there's also Hurt Lock right here, which you'll see I forget about, just straight up. I was like, what? Why did I lose half my health? Then I realized, oh yeah, right, Hurt Locker, oops. But yeah, this fight is pretty much over now. Yeah, pretty straightforward, just counters it completely. And yeah, that half health loss, don't worry about that, that's fine. And now we have this Mole Man boss here. This is from the Paragon Gauntlet, which I already said is a really nice piece of content. I think it is super well done, and the rewards for it are just so good. So yeah, big wins here. And Valkyrie has a pretty nice Purify of herself. So check this out. We're gonna build up a Bulwark and a Pierce, and look at this, man. We go for a Dex, and check this out, man. We just Purify pretty much everything, which is crazy, man. Like that is so strong. Like that Purify is insane. And we go for it again. Just Purified once more. I was taken aback. I was like, wow, her Purify is honestly insane. And we just ignored the Unstoppable too, so that's pretty sweet. And yeah, the Purify is still just really putting in work here, man. It's honestly crazy. I was so taken aback. So here I dropped the SP2 now after he holds his block, which is perfect. And yeah, pretty good so far. Nice damage output here for sure. And yeah, I'm still in like disbelief, man. I was like, wow, she is purifying literally everything in this fight. How is she doing this? But I guess her Purify is just that strong. I know it's based off her block, right? Like, you know, with the Borks and all that. So maybe that's why it's so good right now. So here I dropped the SP2, then he drops the SP1, which is just perfect because it takes up so much time. And then he does it again. So there goes my Fury. I was like, wow, that is just insane. I lost my Fury because of 2 Moment SP1s. Such a fun time. I wish her Fury had some more duration, but that's like the smallest complaint ever, to be honest. But here I drop it again, and check this out. Just gets one shot pretty much. So clean at the end. And yeah, Valkyrie is just crazy, man. She is so good. I think Valkyrie is a top 5 skill minimum, even top 3 maybe. She is just such a powerhouse, and as a 5-star ascended character, still has a ton of value for sure. So Valkyrie, a great ascension for sure. I think she is honestly one of the best ones to ascend out there. But let me know your thoughts on Ascended Valkyrie, and yeah, that's about it for me.